Hey, y'all, you listen to the Gary Owen podcast. Hashtag Get Some. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen with the Get Some podcast. As always, you can listen to this on iTunes, or you can go to my YouTube page, youtube.com/Gary Owen.com. That's youtube.com/Gary Owen.com. This is our post-Christmas episode. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I got my dad, and I told you guys last week I was going to bring Brad on. I got the infamous Brad, who, if you've ever been to my shows, I talk about Brad a lot in my shows. Brad doesn't talk a lot. He's going to be on this episode, but 20 words, yeah, I'm guessing.
Possible.
Maybe.
So that's one.
Two.
Brad's soft spoken. Now, last week when I was talking about, I fired Brad. How many times have I fired you?
What? Maybe twice?
Twice?
Yeah.
Legit fired.
Twice.
Never was but here's the thing. It never was an ugly fire. It never was like,
Yeah.
you're fucking out of here. You suck. You ain't doing shit. It was more like, dude. Okay, man. You got to slow down a little bit. But, okay, let's tell everybody how we met. All right. So, I met Brad. Did I meet you in
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga. Me and Michael Blackson had a show, and you were road manager for Michael Blackson at the time, right?
Right.
And so I met you briefly. I remember we talked in the back of the theater, and that theater held 2,000 people, and I think we had 85. No lie. Here, let me tell you about that show. The same time I met Brad. This is the show in Chattanooga. I didn't know how far Chattanooga was, because when I lived in Cincy, I would drive to Nashville when we did, because Nashville's a 4-hour drive. So I would just drive. So I'm thinking Tennessee, Chattanooga can't be that far. Chattanooga's like 2.5 hours from Nashville. So I got to Nashville, I go, fuck, I'm still going. So my drive ended up being like 6.5 hours, maybe 6, right? So I get there the night before, and the promoter is like, hey, tickets aren't moving. Hopefully they'll pick up. And I go, well, how many got sold so far? He said 85. I went, that's impossible to pick up that amount. He literally in his brain was like, day of, big walk-up crowd. I go, dude, 2,000 people ain't walking up. So, and then when I'm there, I got there the day before. Every time I listened to the radio, I didn't hear one commercial of mine. I'm hearing Cheryl Underwood commercials. She was coming like 3 weeks later to the same venue, and it was Cheryl Underwood and like Don DC Curry and like Bruce, some shit like that. They're all over the radio. I can't find us anywhere. I said, well, where'd you promote? He goes, well, I got these flyers. Oh, and then I went to his clothing shop. He goes, and I got my own clothing shop. It was the ghettoest clothing shop. It made City Trends look like Gucci. So I was like, I got a bad feeling about this show, right? So here's what happened. He had sent the deposit already. So he had sent half the money, right? And I'll never forget, he gave me the night of the show, he gives me I'm just throwing a number, this isn't what I made. So if my deal was $1,000, he had already sent $500. Then he gives me $250 in cash, and he writes a check for the other half because he didn't make enough at the door, he said. So I felt bad for taking his money. I ain't gonna lie. I felt bad, but I took it. Okay. So 85 people at the show. This is me and Michael Blackson. Me and Michael Blackson now, we could easily sell that out, right? So, and this is a 2006, 12 years ago. So his check bounced. And I told Kenya, I go, I think because it was a personal check. And I told him, I said, dude, I don't take personal check. He goes, dude, this is it. It's all I got, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, so the check bounced. I call him on 10. I'm ready to cuss him out. I never had a guy just own it. Usually a promoter be like, motherfucker, I don't know what happened. Da, da, da. This dude I said, hey, man, the check bounced. He goes, I was afraid he might do that. And I went, so I'm like this, you mother, what? So then he goes, man, I got so, here's what happened. I don't know if it was Blackson or somebody else in the show. They sold this guy a pipe dream that you can make all this money on the show. And literally he mortgaged everything on this show. Because if you got to pay me, Mike, the other comics, renting the venue. It get pricey if you don't make any money.
Right.
And he rolled the dice, and somebody sold him up the river. And I want to say it was Mike. I don't know, but that sounds like Mike. Like, dude, we couldn't make, motherfucker, we'll make so much money. And then when it didn't sell, and he didn't know how to promote one that's saying, but he basically lost his ass. He literally, I had to have my wife call him because I felt bad. I said, Kenya, you talk to him because you can get the honesty out of people. I don't know if he's just a good actor. And Kenya goes, no, he's not acting. They go, his store shut down.
He broke.
He moved back home with his mom.
Oh,
he lost his ass on that show.
Man.
I said, don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about the check, man. The one that bounced, I said, we're good. Because I knew he didn't make any money, and I got 75% of my money.
Yeah.
But I just felt bad. I said, dude, don't worry about it. I'm not going to try to chase you down or anything like that. I was just like, just an L. But here's what made it bad. Got a goddamn speeding ticket on the way back to Cincy. So then my insurance went up, and I was like, dude, this show cost me.
Right.
This show cost me money.
Like
Every time I re-up for my car insurance, he got 2 points. I was like, you mother.
Shit.
Yeah, that show wasn't good. But that's where I met Brad. And then I was doing a play. It was one with Darius McCrary. You remember that play?
Yeah.
And you was in Atlanta, and I think you just showed up backstage. Didn't you?
No. I told you when you came to Atlanta, I said, hit me up. I'll take you out and we'll see the city or whatever. And you said, all right. Soon as you came to town, you called me, came pick you up.
Oh, that's right. I did do that. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm weird like that. I think I have a pretty good judgment of character with people. So a lot of people say, call me, come to the city. I'm never calling you. I don't know. I think because we talked for like an hour after the show.
Right.
You and Kiki.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kiki's the one I always thought Brad would marry, but I've never seen a dude have a platonic best friend that's a female. But they did it.
It happens.
Everybody thought you were fucking. Everybody thought, dude, him and Kiki are getting, it's like, but you guys are really Vanna White and Pat Sajak.
So you never hit that?
No.
No.
Nowhere near it.
I'd ask.
But they're just best friends. I've never seen a guy and girl just be best friends. Ever.
That's never happened.
Nothing going on either.
Not a damn thing.
I thought when I met them, they were together because they were laughing. They were, but yeah. And then Brad goes, hey man, if you need me to,
He's got you down.
if you need me to road manage, man, I do that. So you went to Birmingham the first trip, and you were on it. This motherfucker was working for his job, and then it slowly went downhill.
You got fired.
Motherfucker starts showing up late, coming down. I go, this dude just is slow, man. Fucking slow. I think the worst I yelled at you, was the worst I've yelled at Brad was when I got that TV show with Shaq called Upload in Orlando. And I brought you in. I said, Brad, they're not giving you a room, but I just paid for your hotel room. It was a shitty, I think it was the Leaky Tiki.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Come
It
on.
literally was.
It was,
Really?
yeah.
No, it was a Leaky Tiki in Orlando. And because I was coming out of pocket. So I put him at a different hotel, and I said, they give you car service to him from set. And I said, nah, my road manager's going to pick me up. When you were late that first day on the TV show, the van pulls up to take the crew, and there's no cast. It's me and Shaq. And the producer stayed with me. She goes, how are you getting there? I said, my road manager's here. She goes, where's he at? And I go, I'm calling him right now. I said, Brad, where you at? And you go, about 5 minutes away. I go, Brad, it's a fucking TV show. It's not a comedy show. I can't be late to work. I go, you got cameras and everybody waiting on me. And you're like, I remember just in your ass the whole drive. I go, God damn, dude. I bring you out here. Don't be fucking late. Then we get there. It took 2 hours to set up the camera shot. I go, we had time. Literally the first day on set, I get there. I done ream his ass the whole way.
Oh, yeah.
No, these motherfuckers are waiting on me. They go, look at me, that guy ain't shot my shit together. We get there. They're like, the camera's messing up right now, so we got to change the angles. They go, if you want to go to Starbucks, just go in the lot. We left and went to Starbucks.
I do that.
That was the cool part about that TV show is we filmed on the Universal lot in Orlando. So we could go through a fence and just be at the amusement park.
Yeah.
Like we just be riding rides.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Brad would just get there and we'd get on a roller coaster. Like it'd be like, what time you open? They'd like 10. We'd literally get there like 9:59 and be like, first one's in line, ride a roller coaster and then go to work. And then they had a Starbucks. It was weird. So the amusement park doesn't open until 10, but the Starbucks opened at 9. I guess that's for employees.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we would always go. That was our go-to. We'd go to that Starbucks and bullshit, and that was it. But yeah, that was the loudest I yelled at you. But here's the funniest Brad story. There's a couple.
Oh God.
But it's the shit that happens to him when I'm not with him. You should probably hang out with me more because no criminal activity happens when you're with me. But
true.
when he told me the story, tell the story about you getting robbed in Birmingham at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and tell it.
Oh. Well, we was going to a club. So we pulled up and we was parking. And this guy walked up and said, "Hey, man, you know where the club is?" I said, "Yeah, just go down 2nd Street down there. It's on the left." He said, "All right, cool." So he backed up like he was going to park. And we get out the car. We locking up, getting everything out. So he walks up and said, "Yo, hey, you already know what it is." And he got a gun like this. I said, "Oh, shit." Matter of fact, that's D right there calling me. He was with me.
The other guy
He was with me when I got out.
He knows you're talking about him.
Right. So he said, "You already know what it is." I'm like, shit, getting robbed. So I took out my wallet. I gave him my wallet. I had this watch on, blinged out watch, gave him a watch. And I had $2 in my pocket. I gave him that $2 and he just looked at that shit like, really? $2? So my buddy had like $40 on his watch and necklace or whatnot. So now I'm thinking, oh shit, we about to get shot. So he goes and says, "All right, man, I appreciate it." And he starts backing up, like walking away. And he said, before he got away, I said, yo, hey, man, do me a favor, man.
That's part of the story. Hold on. Here it comes.
Hey, is it all right if I get my ID out the wallet, man? Man, the fucking DMV in Atlanta is a bitch, man. And he said, "What the fuck, do I look like a nice guy?"
Hold on. So let's recap the robbery for everybody. Brad and his homeboy are going to a club. Dude pulls out a gun. "Give me all your shit." Is leaving the crime scene, and Brad calls him back. "Hey, man, can I get my ID, please?"
Would you put that thing away? Let me.
Who calls the robber back to get their ID?
Man,
Effort, man.
it was.
Hold on. Did you go to the club?
Yeah, we
still went out.
Went out to the club, man.
You shook it off, man.
Shook it off. And
That's the power pussy. If that ain't the power pussy, I don't know what is. Motherfucker got robbed and still went out.
still went party, man.
You get late that night?
No, I
No, you
didn't.
didn't probably didn't. Shit.
I look
I
like a
did not.
fucking nice guy to you.
So he
And then
won.
he got caught though, right?
Yeah, so as he was pulling off, I ran out on the road, memorized the tag, went and told the police,
Oh, man.
and they had him hemmed up probably 3-4 days later.
Did you get your shit back? Or,
Restitution.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
cool.
I got some checks this year.
Shit.
At what was that, 6 years ago? It's a little longer than that.
No, this
This
happened before we were working together.
Oh, well, yeah, I just got the checks last year.
Okay.
So it took like 10 years to get these
10
checks?
years?
Yeah. And it was only, what, $250.
Good Lord. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but didn't you have to go to court? And like
Yeah,
testify?
we went to court. I get there. He had all these dreads and shit before during the robbery, and then I get to court. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
He cut all that shit off. He had a clean look, had a suit on. I'm like, okay. Well, they wound up sending him back to prison because he had just got out,
Yeah.
and that was it.
And then, okay, that's one great Brad story. Let's just go to another.
Why not?
Okay, so you know how guys talk, and so I've never been in a knockdown, drag out fist fight in my life, right? And as an adult, I don't count elementary school and recess and stuff. So there was one night, there was a bunch of, it was like 5 of us. We're all telling fight stories, and I'll be honest with you, I was lying. I was lying about my story. I don't know what story I told Brad, but I told a story where I beat the shit out of some dude. Complete lie. I've never done that, but I was in the moment.
Yep.
Brad comes in with his fight story. This is Brad's story. So between the 6 guys telling their fight stories, 5 of us had already talked. All 5 of us are badasses. We all beat the shit out of somebody in our fight story. Brad comes in with his fight story.
You ought to tell it.
All right. So Brad says,
I think I've heard it.
Yeah, man. So I was in high school and we was at a Burger King, right? And a big fight broke out behind us. I turned around, woke up underneath the table.
I was like, so I'm like this.
And what'd you do? You get up and beat the fucker's ass and knocked you to the table?
He's like this.
Everybody was gone. I don't know what happened, man. Somebody called me.
Lights out.
So
Lights out.
Brad's fight story is Burger King, dude connected. Brad woke up underneath the table, Burger King, never found a dude. Still don't know who hit him.
Don't have a clue. I woke up. Everybody was outside. I'm like,
He went and ordered food. Oh, yeah, get that. Let me get that Whopper. Dude, you already got Whopper.
yeah,
I'm thinking the only, and I'll ask my dad after I tell mine. The only time I saw a big bar fight where I got clipped was it was called the Crazy Horse, Washington D.C. I'm like 18, 19. I'm in the Navy. This bar fight it's like out of a movie because this is where all the Marines and all the military guys hung out. So it's a free for all, right? And I'm just sitting at the bar. I'm not nowhere near the fight, and all of a sudden I heard a dunk on my head, right? And I went, oh, shit, the fuck, right? And then I put my hand up because I felt like something hit me in my head. And when I pulled my hand away, blood just started gushing down my face everywhere. And I was like this, what the?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's on my shirt. It looked like I got fucked up.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of paper towels and went to the bathroom and put my forehead and I got them wet. So now my guys are freaking out. What the fuck, man? And they're like, escort me to the car. Like, it was like Menace Society. Like I got shot and shit. So we're busting our ass to the VA hospital, right? So we get to the VA hospital and they brought me right in. Like there was a bunch of people in the emergency room waiting, but I still got his blood gushing. So they're like, get him in, right? They lay me down. My cut is that big.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so little.
Your head bleeds like crazy, man. Yeah.
So I get there, right? And I got like four, maybe 4 or 5 stitches, but you can still see the scar, but it's on my hairline, right?
right.
So next day I'm just in the barracks and I got like a Band-Aid and some ointment on it. And my buddy that was at the bar that night before, he came in, he goes, Gary, you all right? He goes, man, that was crazy. And I go, I don't even know what happened. He goes, dude, this dude came from across the bar. He goes, I don't know if he meant to hit you or somebody else. He goes, but he hit you with the beer bottle.
Oh,
he goes,
shit.
Boom. He goes, so the beer bottle busted, right? He goes, and you went like this. He said, you didn't get knocked out. You didn't move. It's like it never happened.
Everywhere.
He goes, the dude just kind of faded it back into the fight because he probably thought, what is this dude on? And he doesn't feel this shit. And why is he still standing? I think it was one of those things like, I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. There was no anticipation. There was no butterflies. It was just like, it happened. It was over. But he said the dude just kind of faded back into the crowd like, fuck this dude. Yeah. Right? that was probably the only time. Other than that, I always just was able to get out of fights. Always. What about you? You said Navy US fights or?
Yeah, I was in
Other than my wedding.
Nah, your wedding. Yeah, it hit me. I was in Hong Kong, and back then the British still owned Hong Kong, and we were in a bar. Of course, I was fucked up, and I made a comment, tried to hit on this chick. The guy took offense, and I got knocked out. I mean, I didn't see it coming. Blacked out.
You and Brad both.
Right then,
Right.
I knew I wasn't a badass. There's no way. I should not ever get in another fight. And I didn't. Because I woke up and I pissed myself. So, you know you're out cold when you wake up and you're wet. So that was the end of my fighting career. Fuck it.
It's his career.
This was, how old were you?
Fuck, I was like 19.
Oh, so I was alive.
You were alive.
I was so proud of you,
damn.
Dad. So I'm just in the bed. I'm in the baby bed just crying, pissing myself.
Yeah,
and maybe that was the way you just connected with me.
Right.
I won't connect with my son. I bet you if you look back in time, we pissed simultaneously.
We pissed at the same time. Yeah,
we were
sure.
connected. We were connected. I saw a fight one time in high school, and it was crazy. Like in my small town, there was a Wendy's on the corner in Oxford, and it was a big window, so you could see everybody walking along the sidewalk. So literally, I see this happen in front of me like out of a movie. I see this guy walking this way. The guy's name was Troy. I can't remember his last name. And then this other guy's coming this way. And then Troy went to Baden. This other guy went to Hamilton High School.
Here it comes.
So I don't know if it was some rivalry or whatever, but they came together, and it was first they got in each other's face talking smack. So everybody leaves Wendy's now, and everybody just surround them on the sidewalk. And then they're going at it. And it was the punches being thrown. And then the guy picked this guy Troy up and slammed him, and he landed on the concrete. His head landed, right? So he was out.
Oh, yeah.
So literally, it's over. I just remember the guy standing over him that knocked him out and goes, yeah, that's what Hamilton's all about. That's what we do in Hamilton. And I was like this. Troy's out, all right? And then his girlfriend comes over. She's trying to help him. Literally, this stupid ass lifts Troy up. He's out, so his head's still like a newborn.
Yeah.
And then she lets him back down. So I think she knocked him out again. His head hit the concrete. And she's all over him. She's like, oh my gosh.
The winners, man.
But he pissed himself. Like,
Did he really?
Yeah. He came to and he went like this.
Yeah.
And then
so
he pissed himself.
that's when you know you're out.
Oh,
and then he lost it. Then he was like, he just started crying. He didn't know where he was. He was like, oh God. I was like this. Man, all this was 30 seconds. That whole story. My story was longer than the fight. Because they were throwing some haymakers, but the dude got him in a move, boom. And I remember I had to wrestle the dude. The dude went to Hamilton High. I had to wrestle the next year. I ain't gonna lie, I was intimidated. I go, hope that motherfucker don't slam me in Detroit. I remember I was talking to him politely on the mat.
Hey man, you're a really good wrestler. I saw your match last week against Princeton. It was really good, man. You really got a lot of skills.
So I tell one quick. Right after that fight in Hong Kong, okay, because we were there for Wrestling Reality, R&R. This is another drugstore I know. I'm not that way, really. But I bought a pound of Thai stick, and I shipped it back to Cincinnati in the U.S. mail. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna have a lot of friends when I get back. So I get back to Cincinnati. I said, Mom, did you get that package? She goes, yeah, I got that damn package. There's all that shit. I flushed it all down the toilet. What the fuck? Are you kidding me, man? She goes, no, I know what that shit was.
What was it?
It was Thai sticks. I had a pound of Thai sticks.
What are Thai sticks?
They're pot. No, you guys don't know.
No.
They're laced with opium. And it's actually a stick with pot around it. And back in the day, that was your premium pot.
Oh, shit.
So anyway, I didn't get any of it. I didn't reap that benefit. It's in the Ohio River. No shit.
Fish and rats right now just
killing.
I told my brother I was going to tell that story. But
Yeah, I saw it.
yeah, I
I flushed it down the toilet.
It's gone.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fight stories are the best.
Yeah, they are.
And then, sorry about that. So Brad's funny too because Brad's a diehard Alabama fan.
Yeah.
But motherfucker don't like football.
That's a lie.
You don't like football?
I
Man.
like football.
Yeah.
I watch it. I played.
Yeah. Alabama. Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. I'm repping Cincy today though.
Who's the all-time leading passer at Alabama? Receiver. Rusher. Tackler. Who's the coach?
Come on.
Dude, come on.
Who's the coach?
Come on.
Nick Saban.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Bobby Saban. I swear to God you're going to fuck up his name.
Bobby.
Wait, AJ McCarron.
What I'm trying to think of another fired story. Do you hear the other time they're fired? What was okay? I go from 0 to 100 pretty fast.
Yeah.
On the road. What's the most irrational behavior you see me do? Damn, is that many?
Yeah.
Be careful here.
Is that when you start throwing shit?
Yeah.
Tell us that story, Brad.
Man, they all run together. As far as me, I don't remember any getting mad at me like that.
Anybody? Is that many?
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of one time though. I can't.
Just be throwing shit?
Yeah.
Threw it at you? Or
No, I'm throwing
No,
shit. I just
he
throw
just-
shit around the room when I get mad.
Yeah, bottle of water.
Throw a bottle of water.
remote
just shit.
control.
okay.
A DVD.
No, it just just happened. Was that Wichita or where was you at? The dude had the green room all fucked up. The pop-up comedy series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can tell that shit since I remembered it.
Yeah, he ain't have nothing in your
rider. So here's the deal. This guy's a promoter. He's a good promoter. Money's good. He knows how to promote. The venues are great. He's doing this thing now called the pop-up comedy series. So he kept asking me to come on the road. So he does B markets. He did we did like Wichita, Oklahoma City. Where else did he have us? Killeen. Were we in Killeen that time?
No, that was
we wasn't in Little Rock. We was either in Killeen or Wichita. No, it was Killeen. It was Killeen.
Killeen, Texas?
Yeah, it was Killeen. So we're in Killeen, and the guy doesn't have anything in my dressing room. Well, the night before, he didn't either.
No.
The night before, we were in Tulsa. I don't know where we was at. But he had none of my stuff from my rider, which is like chapstick, towels, fruit tray, just minor shit to make you comfortable before you go on stage.
Right.
He didn't have any of it, right? I was like, dude, but this motherfucker, his room, first of all, the promoter took the big dressing room.
Right.
But I'm the headliner. I said, why am I in this closet? And really my thing was, I don't care the size of the dressing room. I just wanted the bathroom in my dressing room because I don't want to be going in the hallway to use the bathroom.
Right.
So I go, why do you have the huge dressing room with the bathroom and I'm in a closet and I got to go in the hallway to take a piss? So he was like, oh. So I told Brad they got switches. So they switched us. So the next night I'm like, dude, all you got to do is go to Whole Foods. Most of my shit on my rider, everything's at one-stop shop. If it ain't a Whole Foods, it's at any grocery store. So he's like, got you. Next night we get there, nothing again. I'm like, God damn it, right? And he's got me in the small dressing room again, and there's no bathroom, and it's hot. And I'm like, it's got to be 80 degrees in this dressing room. So Brad sees it coming. I'm starting to steam up. I'm like, and then I go to his dresser. I go to find him, and this dude is getting a haircut in his dressing room. So here I am starving, right? I'm thirsty. I don't have water. I don't have no food. And I'm like, and I'm in there. This motherfucker's gonna cut. Like, no problem in the world. Fuck Gary. Fuck his hydration. Fuck his comfort. I went in that dressing room, and at this point, he had brought a fruit tray in, right? And he had brought like some sodas. I don't even drink soda. I fucking took that fruit tray and winged that motherfucker across the room. I took some chairs and strategically threw them. Made sure I didn't damage the venue, but I threw them like this. So it looked all messy, and I just walked out. And they heard shit moving, right?
Right.
He walked in, goes, dude, what happened? I go, how the fuck do I not have food again? And you're in the big dressing room. I go, my shit is so small and hot, it's 8 degrees in here. He's like, take care of it right now. So he switched it and everything. I was just like, dude, there was so much fruit in that goddamn dressing room. I didn't realize how much fruit, like, it was pineapples, grapes, cantaloupe, strawberries, blueberries,
watermelon.
They was everywhere. He still, I saw him recently. I said, dude, be honest with me, how many comics you tell that story? He goes, all of them. I always tell him how Gary Owen went off on me. Oh, so mad, dude.
Yeah, he ain't have it together.
Yeah, but he was good. But I can tell you what, that dude can promote. He's always got a packed house, and the money's always there. So if you're gonna take, if you're gonna not have it right, okay, I'll take not having food in the green room as your flaw. Yeah, I want the money and I want a good crowd. That's the most important shit. Right. But I was just like, dude, my rider is chicken, brown rice, and veggies, and or Chipotle. I said Chipotle, and I give what I want Chipotle. It's pretty easy, the food I want backstage. Right. It's nothing crazy. And the fact that he's like, I couldn't find it. I said, dude, you can't find a Chipotle?
He didn't even have a shrimp platter. And that's easy.
Yeah, the shrimp platter's anywhere. I don't even eat the shrimp. Brad does. This is what Brad does on the road, damn. We'll get the shrimp platter, and I don't even eat shrimp. So you know how shrimp platter come in them circles with the dipping sauce? Yeah. Brad's MO is to eat 19 of the shrimp and leave that 20th. Like, I didn't eat the last one.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Like, dude, why would you leave the last shrimp? He'll literally go all the way around it, and there'll be one left. It's just like, I didn't eat the last one, though.
I'm full at that point. Yeah, I don't need that last one.
Trying to share a little bit.
I tell you one thing about my guys, these motherfuckers will starve.
Yeah.
They'll wait to get to the green room to eat. I go, did you guys eat today? They're like fucking, they're like hawks on a dead wildebeest.
Say was chowing down on that fruit.
Oh my God. I'd be like this, dude. Geez, goddamn trough backstage. I had to tell him, dude, you got to let me eat first. Shit looks like a terrible buffet by the time they get done with it. Say we had to school the other guy that's on the road with me because he'd be double dipping and shit. Or he'd be like, lick his finger and then go in and go, dude, you got to stop.
Yeah.
You got to stop.
God, come on.
My backstage is kind of lame, though. It really is one of the lamest backstages.
It's all right.
There's not a lot going on back there. I had to tell my dad when he starts bringing people back there. So remember we was in Miami and Gabrielle Union and Monica came backstage. And they brought a couple other girls with them too. But I just remember I had been on the road with D-Ray and Michael Blackson and like 4 other guys. We had done like 20 cities together. They never were in my green room. And then I remember I was on the couch and Gabrielle came backstage and I was on my phone laying on the couch. She goes, this is the most depressing backstage I've ever seen. I go, hey, I ain't got a lot of people. I said, the more entourage is, the more mouths you got to feed and people you got to pay. So I try to keep my payroll real low. So I remember she said that. And then all of a sudden everybody was hanging out in my green room that night because Gabrielle Union and Monica was there. So all of a sudden, I went, hey, you motherfuckers ain't ever in my green room. Why are you here tonight?
Right.
And then I remember I sent Gab a picture the next night. So this is in Miami. Next night we were in Tampa. And I sent her a picture in Tampa. I go, back to Norm, just by myself. Lonely as shit. You know what I mean? How many kids you got, Brad?
3.
How old?
Daughter's 28. Son,
fucking 8.
yeah. 28.
Okay, let me. Okay, how old are your other kids? You know where I'm going.
Here we go. My son just turned 18 yesterday.
Ray.
And my other son is 13.
Okay. So you want to tell the Ray story?
And I don't.
Can I tell it? Is he gonna hear it?
No, he won't hear it.
Do you want me to tell it? Can I tell it? It's such a good story, bro.
Yeah, just let it.
All right, man. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. So Ray's a great kid. I love her. I've known Ray since he was 6. I said, how did you and Ray's mom meet? Because they weren't together, clearly. Brad goes down. So Ray's 18, so this is 19 years ago. Spring break, Daytona Beach. Ray's birthday's in December. Do the math. January, February, March. Brad's at spring break Daytona. His buddy got a limousine. They drove it down from Atlanta. So they're telling girls, they run a limo company. They act like they big shit balling down Daytona. And all the girls there are young, so they're eating it up.
Reeling them in, man.
So long story longer. Brad and Ray's mom meet, link up, hook up that weekend in Daytona. They basically together for a couple days, right? Brad says, hey, you want to come back to Atlanta? You know, hang out? She's like, all right. And Brad said he was big. He was talking like Big Willie shit, like, hey, just come back to Atlanta. I'll get you a flight back to Chicago, baby. So Brad they're on the way back to Atlanta, and she's still riding the limo that they've been in all 3 days that ain't rented out. These girls still never picked up. Nobody's been in this limo but you. Brad said they get back. Brad said he had like a 2-3 bedroom apartment with nothing in it. He goes, the bed was on the floor.
Right.
She said she walked in and went, what the fuck?
Got a high roller here.
She chased his friend D with an ice pick around the apartment. Like, you motherfuckers got me up here. Then it's worse. Brad said he had the hookup on buddy passes. All the flights are booked. He couldn't get on a buddy pass. He said he had to put on a Greyhound. Send her back on a bus.
13 hours.
13 hours. Brad goes, she's out of my life.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
Woo. Month later. Hey, what are you doing? Brad, nothing? I'm pregnant. And Brad tried to play the whole, motherfucker, it was wilding in Daytona. It ain't mine. All of a sudden, Brad said Ray came out. Ray looks just like that.
him. Yeah, no doubt.
Dead on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray said Brad's sister went, no DNA test needed.
Right.
That's your baby. So, and I love Ray's mom now. She's great.
Oh, yeah.
But I would just love to have been in that limo and Brad's talking big shit. Yeah, baby. I'll show you around Atlanta. Dude, we'll go to Coca-Cola Museum, the aquarium. You know, hell yeah, I know Jermaine Dupri. It was so deaf. So I came in, I said, call it so-so.
Boy, I saw a little dream, boy.
Man, she walked in that apartment. What the fuck?
Wasn't shit in it. Wasn't nothing in there but a bed and a dresser.
So here's the thing.
That's all I needed.
So D was with him that weekend in Daytona. D was also with Brad. Now, D's a dude that's always with Brad. D was also with Brad when you got robbed.
Right.
So when we're in Birmingham, it's like the second time I've been with working Brad about maybe 2 years at this point. So then D comes to Birmingham with Brad, and that's when they tell me the story about him getting robbed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so literally D tells me, yeah, I was with Brad when he got robbed. I got robbed also, everything. An hour later, D looks at me and he goes, hey, Gary, you know I'm bonded, man, and I'm certified. I can carry a weapon. He goes, I'm a bodyguard. I can do bodyguard work. I said, didn't you just get robbed? Shit. You just told me a story how you got robbed. Brad will tell you, I looked at I said, D, you will never be my bodyguard.
Your resume sucks.
Ever.
You cannot tell me you got robbed and then say, hey, man, if you need security. It's like, it was the worst time, and D just got quiet. Ah, shit.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, you're right. I should probably tell that story after I was working for you. Hey, Gary, man, you need security, man. I'm bonded. I do this. I was like, dude, you just told me you got robbed.
Right.
You'll never be my security, bro. Ever.
And he started to take off running on when he was getting robbed.
He tried to take
He said he started to take off running. He said he didn't run because he thought the guy was gonna shoot us in the back.
Oh my God! Thank God.
That's when I
Probably
asked for my ID back. He said he was starting to run.
Yeah.
I said, I'm glad you didn't run, man.
Oh, when you said that, then he turned around and thought about running.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let me tell another Brad story. He probably don't want me to tell.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Brad's his head shaved now. It's bald, right? When I met Brad, he always wears a hat, right? Always wore a hat, like always. Looks like 25 years old, just like he does now with a hat on. So he always had this like baby hair coming out of the side of the hat. Like Brad's hair is like, I guess
Like curly
I'm sure
hair?
you got girls because of your hair back in the day.
Right.
Because you don't want to let it go. So I've been with Brad a year. I had never seen him without a hat or the, what do they call that? Do-rag?
Yeah, a little scully.
Little scully do-rag on. He had one of them on at all times. And the hair would come out the side of it, right? We're in Temecula, California. After my show, we go to this little nightclub, right? So the nightclub guy goes, the bouncer goes, no hats. No hats. Brad's like,
He goes, oh man, come on with Gary.
he goes, dude, like, no hats, right? So Brad goes, Brad takes his hat off. Still got the do-rag on. So the guy goes, no do-rags. No hats, no do-rags. Brad goes,
Man, come on, man.
guy goes, dude, no do-rags. Brad popped the do-rag off. Fucking George Jefferson. I did not know he was bald on top. The hair was coming out the sides. Then this shit, Brad went from 20 to 45. Oh, yeah. Right as soon as that do-rag came off. And the guy literally like this. The guy goes, put the hat back on. Okay. And the do-rag too. The bouncer went, no hats, no do-rag. Put the hat back on.
We'll make an exception.
So, the dude clearly went, oh, he ain't a gangbanger.
Right.
He's lying to himself. And then I remember I said, Brad, it was another 6 months. He wouldn't let it go. And every time I saw him, I go, dude, just let it go, bro. Finally, he just showed up bald one day. He goes, hey, man, it's gone. You know?
Right before we got on the cruise. First time joining the cruise.
We all got those little things where we want to fight aging.
Yeah.
Like with me,
Nothing you do.
I had a goatee, and then I was like 26, 27, and I started to get gray hair in my goatee. I still don't have gray hairs on my hair, but that early, I was seeing grays in my goatee. I go, that's it. It's gone. Because I didn't want to be the gray. Now I wouldn't care, but 26, 27, I should have
Damn.
gray hairs on my goatee.
Yeah,
So
sorry about that, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Just a
Dad.
genital thing. Sorry.
Whatever. But I'm saying I still got some on top.
You got other things that you're large in, so you're welcome.
The Big Dick Owen clan.
Here we go. Put them down, slaying them. So, all right. Well, this is the post. This is Aaron right after Christmas, but cat's out the bag. We're filming it right before Christmas, but I'm not gonna be in town Christmas, and Brad's in town, so I'm gonna do the gift exchange. Brad, I'm gonna get you later, but I'll see you, but I won't see my dad. So I'm gonna do the gift exchange. My dad said he got me a great gift this year.
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
see. This is. Let me show you these. Everything's in here. Is
Nice wrap job.
yeah. Our wrap job's terrible. Sorry.
Right.
Let me open this up.
There's two things in there. Don't. That's the new soccer team.
Oh, cool.
FC Cincinnati.
Very cool.
Since you ain't room for the Bengals no more.
I have hell with the Bengals.
And then
Got a card here.
that's a gift card to favorite Italian spot,
Oh, that place is awesome.
Soto. Yeah,
Soto.
don't say how much. It's enough for a meal.
$5.
Damn.
Guess I can get an appetizer.
Right. You got to put something with it.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Open yours.
All right. My dad said, I got you this year.
Yeah, I got you. You're gonna like it.
I took a lot of time with this.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Oh, shit.
The Get Some podcast.
Cool, man.
That's dope.
He making sure he on episodes.
Damn right.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you should probably watch it on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/GaryOwenCom. But my dad got me a picture frame, and we got the same laugh, and it's got the Get Some podcast. That is a good gift. I'm gonna keep that up there for every podcast, even at home. I'll just put it up there. Got a place for it.
That was a good one, man.
That was a good one, Dad. I'm like, what else?
That's it.
It's fucking
Not a
good.
gift card.
Look, look, that's all right. No. That's a great gift. That's
Put
a
some
great
thought
gift.
into that.
That's the thing about gifts too, because when my wife said that, like, I don't know what I want because I kind of got everything I need. It's just like the things you don't see coming. I think the best gift I ever got you was that the Steeler one.
Yeah.
We went to the Steeler game like 8 years ago, and
Casey Hampton. Yeah.
I got a collage of my dad. He had one with Santonio Holmes, I had one with Casey Hampton. There was one with me and him. We were so fucking drunk.
It was so cool, man. I just remember going to the club after the game, and Casey Hampton, you set me up. Yeah. He comes up to me, the biggest dude I ever seen in my life, man. He comes up and he goes, "Hey, you like black hoes?" I went, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "I'm just fucking with you, man. Your son set me up. Hey, how you doing?"
I told Casey Hampton, "Hey, go to my dad and say, hey man, you like black hoes?" I said, "But don't smile. Just be like this. You like black hoes?"
Oh, shit.
My dad goes, yeah.
I do. I really do.
I just
Intimidating.
So we went. Here's what happened. I roasted the Steelers in training camp that year, and that's what they told me was, tell us any game you want to go to. We'll give you field passes. And Casey had a suite, Hampton. So I just sat in his suite. They left me tickets. I sat in his suite. But so it was funny because I said, let's go to a Sunday night game. So I flew in from another city. My dad drove up from Cincy. And so I remember the Bengals played the Browns at some sports bar. Then we went to the game. Cool. Field passes was great. The suite was amazing. But I remember, God, I got drunk. I drank a whole bottle of Captain
I've never
Morgan.
seen that ever.
Whole bottle of Captain
Well, you know what?
Morgan.
Shaq was there.
Yeah,
Because he
Shaq
played
was
for
there?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was in Cleveland. That's how long ago it was. And you went down and talked to him. I think you guys were trying to work together or something.
Well, that's when he started the Shaq comedy All-Star series. And I told him, I said, dude, I got to get, I was drunk. I go, I got to get in, man. And I got in. I got to get down, man.
I got you, man. I got you.
Then we ran into Gyllenhaal or?
We talked, Jake Gyllenhaal and Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ran into them too. They was cool, man. That was a hell of a night.
It was.
That was a hell of a night, man.
What
And
you
it's funny
remember?
how the Steelers took care of those guys.
Wonder how.
Wow.
That's
I'm sure
wild.
Jake Gyllenhaal paid for his
Jeez.
tickets, or they
I'll
said,
bet-
no,
I'll
the
bet
game's
he
too
did get
busy.
free tickets.
Yeah, Nathan Lane. No, the game's too busy.
Yeah.
It's too popular. We can't leave you tickets, Nate. I'm sure Shaq paid for his tickets.
Fucking thing.
Those
God
fucks.
damn.
God damn, our
Jesus.
front office.
they
Jesus
suck.
Christ. You know who
Nothing's
reached
gonna
out
change.
to me? Kevin Euclid reached out to me on social media, the baseball player.
Yeah.
He's a Cincinnati guy, but now he played like, I don't know, 10, 15 years in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But he sent me a
Good
message
guy.
going, I love Cincinnati like us. He goes, I'll always support the Bengals. He goes, but I can't go to a game. I cannot financially give to that ownership for how they treat their fans and how they treat people. He goes, I just can't do it.
I'm never going back. I'll
know?
watch him on TV.
I like so many guys on the team though, man. So many good guys. Like Carlos Dunlap should be man of the year
He's a
this
good
year.
Dude. Yeah.
A lot of people know that about Dunlap, man. When he goes to cities the night for the game, when they get in,
Yeah.
he goes to schools and he
Does he
talks about
really?
bullying. Like
Wow.
if he's in Baltimore or Cleveland or Jacksonville, him and his people, they find a school and he goes and talks to kids. Even though he's with
That's
the other
so
team,
cool.
He talks. He's anti-bullying.
Geno Atkins does a lot of stuff too, I think.
A lot of good guys on the
Stuff,
team.
yeah.
A lot of good guys, but it's just that ownership.
Ownership sucks. I mean, until Mike Brown sells that team, nothing's going to change.
Man.
Hate
Come
to
on.
say that, but I'll get hopeful next July. I always do.
We'll see what happens.
Jesus.
All right. Well, happy belated Christmas. And the next podcast, it'll be the new year. So this is the last one for 2018. Next week's podcast, it'll be the best of. So I won't be on live because I'll be on vacation. I got a show in Hawaii and I'm taking the wife and we're going to try to rekindle that romance. Something about Hawaii, man. Hawaii does. There's something about that salt water on you.
Woo.
It's like Viagra. I'm not lying. I always tell dudes, don't go to Hawaii and bring a girl you might want to be with.
Yeah.
Because you'll say shit in Hawaii you don't mean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Baby,
shit.
forever. Me and you. And then as soon as you get back to LAX, you had the coffee being like, I didn't mean any of that shit. I don't know what I was thinking. That's the only place, I'll be honest with you. Hawaii's the only place where we go on vacation and we don't have one disagreement.
No.
Ever.
Beautiful place. Paradise.
Me and Kenya
Paradise.
will just disagree about little shit. Not arguments, but let's hurry up and get here. I want to do this, or the room's too hot, or just, can you pick up your towel? We go to Hawaii. It's just like,
Whatever.
it's zen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
baby.
is.
Just holding her and shit. Watching sunsets. I'm like,
Yep.
what the fuck am I doing right now?
It's cool. Yeah. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, Hawaii is great. So, so anyways, this will be the last one, 2018. Thank you for a great year. I've created a
Christmas.
monster in my dad here.
I'll be back. I'll be back, man.
One day.
One day.
All right, y'all. This is Gary Owen to Get Some Podcast.
With Brad.
That's not my voice.
If you want to listen to my podcast, just go to iTunes, search Gary Owen, #GetSome.